Welcome to Your City at Work, your program about local government departments and services. Your City at Work is a production of the City of Oshkosh and Oshkosh Community Media Services.
Hello everyone, and thank you for joining us for another episode of Your City at Work. Today we're going to take a look at two different divisions, the Planning Division and what they've been working on in neighborhoods, as well as the new Field Operations Facility with our friend Kevin Ewan in Public Works. So right now we're here at the William Waters Plaza in Oshkosh. I'm here with Liz Williams and Ben Krumenauer from the Planning Division. So thanks so much for taking us out here today.
Thanks for having us.
So I know you guys have been working on a ton of stuff focusing mainly on neighborhoods lately, and this is actually a perfect example of some of the success that you've had. So what can you tell us about what's been going on? You've got some new neighborhood associations right now, 6 of them actually.
That's right, Emily. We have a lot of new neighborhood associations started. We have 6 active ones. We're actually trying to get 2 more on board that are in the final stages of it, and including hopefully a couple on the south side this year.
Okay, and so right now I know the Middle Village was the first one, is that right?
Stevens Park and Middle Village were the first 2 neighborhood associations that have come online. Since then, we've added a few additional, Algoma Park, Millers Bay, North Shore, and River East Neighborhood Association, which is actually the neighborhood we're in right now.
Great. And what kind of plans do you have for the neighborhood associations coming up? Are there any kind of prospects for future ones?
Well, we do have 2, like I said before, that are on board. They just have to do some of the final touches, get their bylaws in and do some other things. And then we're hopeful again to get a couple on the south side. Right now all of our associations are on the north side of town, and we're hopeful to get some representation from the south side. So things we're trying to do to get those to happen is increased awareness, promoting some of our programs, and just generally getting the word out about the things that the city can offer and the benefits of an association.
Yeah, and that was going to be my next question. What are the benefits of association? What does it all include when you form a neighborhood association?
The biggest benefit to an association is the awareness that it creates, the camaraderie that it creates within that neighborhood. Ultimately, our biggest goal is to create a healthy environment that's a living space for the residents themselves and the interactions between the city and those residents. The association provides one of those great avenues for the city to interact with a group and the group to voice their opinions on a larger scale. So we all know one person is powerful, but a group is even better. And that's one of the benefits of the association.
Definitely.
In addition to that, we also look at things like code enforcement policies and things that we can create that awareness and give those associations some tools to better their community.
And a lot of the associations have taken on a lot of different projects. Like this one, for example, they just had some flowers planted out here. So what are some of the other projects that some of the associations have been up to?
Sure. We've been actually working with a few of the groups. One of the biggest projects right now that we have going on is with the Millers Bay Neighborhood Association. They've been working on a beautification plan for Emmeline Cook Elementary School. So it's a collaborative effort between the Oshkosh Area School District, the City of Oshkosh, the Neighborhood Association, and also the PTO that works at that school. Also, a few of the groups have created neighborhood community gardens in their area, so they've got beds that are available for residents to plant vegetables or flowers. Actually, one of the groups just had a dedication for their little free library in Stevens Park, which is pretty cool. Residents can come and drop off books and take a book, and it's just kind of one of those community building activities that we're hoping will transition to other areas in the community.
Yes, and I mean, all these projects are so cool, and like you said before, Ben, they really bring the neighborhood together and get people to bond and communicate and everything. What has the feedback been like from the different neighborhoods? I know you guys are out there every day talking to different people within the association.
Yeah,
so.
It's been very positive. It's really exciting to see how the neighborhood and the residents can come together. They come up with an idea, they figure out how to implement that idea, and they work just kind of seamlessly with each other. And there's been some hurdles that we've had to overcome, but luckily through that collaborative effort, we've really been able to do something in this community that I think is very positive. positive and well received.
Yes, I definitely think it's been well received too. I mean, just from talking to people throughout the community that have started these neighborhood associations, you can only hear positive things about them.
Exactly, yep. And actually this project is a prime example of that. We get calls and people are like, well, I noticed that there's some really beautiful flowers here in William Waters Plaza. How did that happen? How can we do that in our area? So we're hoping that word spreads and that other groups come on board and want to beautify their neighborhoods as well.
Spark the interest a little bit.
Exactly, yeah.
So do you have any goals for the next year? I know you've had 6 neighborhood associations. You've got a couple on deck. What are your goals for the next year?
Sure. Our goals are to, every year is to create 2 new neighborhood associations. And then the city has just started a new initiative, which is the neighborhood planning process, which we just completed in Middle Village, and we're starting now in the Millers Bay Neighborhood Association. So 2 neighborhood associations a year and 2 neighborhood plans a year are our big goals. And then just to do projects like William Waters Plaza here with the groups to help generate that interest and pride within the neighborhoods and really revitalize and strengthen Oshkosh.
Excellent. Well, it really seems like you guys are making a lot of progress, and I know there is kind of an event kind of thing coming up this summer, the Neighborhood Night Out. Maybe you could tell us a little bit about that.
Sure. We've got, I believe it's between 10 and 12 groups that have come together, and they've planned block parties in their area. And it's a combined effort between the police department and the planning services division. So we're hoping to provide some incentives to get people out to start bonding with their neighbors, and they're all over north side, south side, west side. So we're really excited to see what comes out of it. Yeah.
So it's kind of like a big block party.
Exactly. It's like a citywide block party. Yep.
Very cool. So if someone's interested in starting a neighborhood group, what are the steps that they need to take for that? Where do they start?
Well, I think the first thing that they would want to do is have somebody contact the city. Let us or NeighborWorks Badgerland know, and we start the process from there. Really, all we want to do at that point is just help them along. They want to start some sort of steering committee and get the residents involved. Have some sort of get-together, block party, barbecue, anything to have the neighbors get together and think about what they'd like to do. At that point, we have a few steps that have to go through the process before they get recognized. But again, the easiest way to start is get a hold of us, the City of Oshkosh, or NeighborWorks Badgerland, and start the process from there.
Yes, and I know it sometimes might seem a little daunting for someone to do this, because we had the Middle Village neighborhood plan on there, and that it's very extensive, but it doesn't necessarily have to be quite that in-depth.
Correct. Yeah.
So you guys are there every step of the way to help them out, and just getting started is really the biggest step, right?
That's right. We're here for them in any way they need. We're able to provide mailings, notifications. We can work on some surveys and pamphlets with them to get an idea of what their neighborhood would want to do, and really get an idea of what they would like to do in their community.
Okay. And is there anywhere that people can look at current neighborhood associations? Is there, websites or Facebook pages that you can see some examples maybe?
Yes, on our City of Oshkosh website, within the planning services area, we have a neighborhood area. In addition to that, most neighborhood associations have their own websites or Facebook messages and things like that. So they can go to any of those resources.
Excellent. And definitely the city website, like you said, to contact you guys. We've got a couple minutes left, and I know you mentioned the community gardens. That's kind of been a hot topic, so it's getting rolling here. The summer's finally here. How have they been going so far?
Yeah, as to my knowledge, there are still plots available at Growing Seeds of Change, which is the community garden on the 600 block of Jefferson Street. So if residents are interested in having their own garden plot in downtown Oshkosh, they can contact Growing Seeds of Change, which they have their own website with contact information on the internet. And then Stevens Park Neighborhood Association within Stevens Park also has a community garden. So if residents are interested in participating, all they have to do is contact the Stevens Park Neighborhood Association leadership or get in contact with Ben or I, and we'll definitely point them in the right direction. But we're really excited that these opportunities are available for the neighborhood groups here in Oshkosh, and we're hoping that it's well received by the community.
Excellent. And so that it's that easy. just go to the city website, find you guys.
Yep.
And then same with the little free libraries. Are those kind of expanding a little bit too? Like you said, there was one
Yeah.
just installed.
Yep, there is one in Stevens Park. There's actually a few throughout the community that residents have actually put on their own lots. So if they're interested in learning about little free libraries, again, the internet is a great resource. I feel like I sound like a broken record here, but there's a lot of information out there as to what it means. And again, contact us. We can definitely help you out to plan how you could put one in your neighborhood.
Great. Well, it sounds like you guys have been super busy and will only continue to get busier as the summer goes on, as people start to catch on to this awesome thing, the Neighborhood Association. So thanks so much again for bringing us out here to the William Waters Plaza on a beautiful windy day here, and best of luck to you this summer.
Thank you, Emily.
Thank you very much.
Make sure to tune into City Cable 10 for all your government programming and replays of your favorite programs, or watch online at www.oshkoshcommunitymedia.org. You can also check out our YouTube page to watch online and share videos with your friends. Again, thanks so much for joining us on Your City at Work, and we'll see you next time.